Good morning, good morning. It's Thursday. We're not usually here on Thursdays, but
Oh, yeah. I forgot. We're normally doing this on Friday.
yeah, usually.
Well,
But today's
we're a day
Thursday.
ahead.
Switching it up. Keeping the people guessing. Because we
Yeah.
got a World Series game tomorrow, but we are not going to be in shop because we're going to a special charity event, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Charity event is tomorrow. But maybe we can put some bets on social.
Yeah, there you go.
We're going to get Anthony live betting tomorrow. That's the goal. Because we
Just
keep
fade my
talking
bets,
about it.
though.
No.
The
We
bets
were
and
talking
picks
about
ones.
this earlier, and we've said this before. Every time he puts a bet on air, it like misses.
Oh, there we go. So, yeah, I like the strategy. We'll switch it up. We'll do live betting tomorrow instead of on-air betting and
There
picks.
we go.
That'll be the switch that we need.
And then
Thanks.
y'all can witness how he does in live betting.
We'll see.
Because it's crazy.
We'll
It
see.
really is.
We'll see.
All right. Bucks and Bills tonight. Thursday night football. I have a parlay for that.
People are really hyping up the Bucks. Are they good? Are they legit?
They lost to the Falcons last week. Honestly, the NFL is all over the place
I know.
this year. Because I swore before the season, a lot of people swore, I'm not just being biased here, that the Saints were going to win the NFC South.
Who
They are
said
not
that besides you and Joe?
What?
They still are.
Okay, you're not helping our case here. I don't think they will, but no, a lot of people have said that. Like analysts, yes. Anyway, they're clearly not going to do that.
I think it was like by default because everybody else was pretty bad.
One of the ESPN anchors had Saints Ravens in the Super Bowl.
That was a long time ago. So
That guy's fired, huh?
anyway,
It's like me. He doesn't have a name.
He didn't make the cut after layoffs.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
the Bucks. Actually, yeah, they are pretty good. Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. He rallies the troops, man. He had me fired up watching the game last week. Like they were gonna come back and win. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, he flashed a couple times last year with LA.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was gonna. I don't think he's an NFL quarterback, but I'm wrong, I guess.
We've
'cause-
talked about Baker on here a couple times. He's
Yeah,
the best backup quarterback in the
There you
league.
go.
And so he'll always have a spot somewhere, and he'll show flashes.
I'm gonna be honest though. I don't know that they beat the Bills.
I don't think so either.
I don't think. Yeah, I have a parlay for that. We'll get into it in a moment. D-backs and Rangers in the World Series.
Crazy.
Fun little fact for y'all. The odds for this matchup to be in the World Series at the beginning of the season were 1750 to 1.
Oh, don't tell me that.
So imagine you just threw $5 on it for fun. How much?
Well, now you're gonna make me
bad
do
at
math. Gosh, why can you just put $10?
Okay,
It'd be
$10. If you put
17,000.
17,000.
17,000.
17 grand.
17 grand.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I don't know I know the Rangers to win it before this. Like at the beginning of the season, it was 50 to 1. I don't remember what the Diamondbacks odds were.
Yeah, worse than that, obviously. I think somebody said on ESPN it was like 150 plus.
Yeah, it was like a lot.
1, it was crazy.
I can't believe. I know your Phillies futures bet.
Yeah. I don't
You
know.
handled it really well. I'll be honest with you. I thought you were going to be a little bit more angry.
My energy was off yesterday though, like just rebounding from it, but that's part of it. I'm more mad. I'm not mad that they didn't win and I didn't win my 2,200. I'm more mad that the sports better in me, like the good sports better in me, didn't take the smart bet, the smart money, where I could have hedged and taken Diamondbacks money line for a couple $100 and guaranteed myself at least a couple $100 or at least some profit. I would have at least guaranteed myself $1,000 profit if I would have taken their money line. So that's part of it.
You should have done that. I'm not.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, hindsight's always 20. I was sitting here
You
though,
should have
like
done that.
Citizens Bank Park's gonna be rocking. I had all the feels, and that's where you bet with your emotion. I bet with my emotion. I doubled down on the feels. Bad decision, but that's why you should always take the smart money and why gambling is really hard.
You even said on the show on Tuesday that it would be crazy if the Diamondbacks beat the Phillies because the Rangers beat the Astros and the trends
Yeah.
were the same and
Yeah.
stuff.
I
think you kind of knew. I think
I
you
felt
kinda
it in my
knew.
heart, but this
Yeah.
is what I don't like is it's never happened before for 2 game 7s and the road team win. Like for both teams to win on the road twice in a game 7, it's never happened in the MLB. So I was like, all right, I feel like the Phillies are going to win. I want the Phillies to win. It's Citizens Bank Park. I'm like, I'm doing it. But I did say, too, I told Jonah, I was like, if the Diamondbacks score in the first inning, I'm going to feel really bad about the bet. If they don't and they go 1-2-3 and Ranger Suarez strikes out the side, I'm betting the house that the Phillies are going to win, and I would take 1.5. And it's crazy like that because momentum is really real like that, you know? And when you're in a game 7 like that, every fan's on their seats, and when it goes first and third like the Diamondbacks had, and then there's a sac fly, everything just deflates a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
And then the home team is like, damn, we let the crowd deflate, right? So they're a little bit back on their heels, and I think that's what happened, and they just never really got going, and I don't know, it just sucks for the Phillies, but part of it. And that's what, but the Diamondbacks are a good team, and that's what I'm a little nervous about in the World Series and picking my picks for this. I just didn't expect this, so I'm anxious to see how this series goes.
I don't know. At the beginning of the season, I felt like the Rangers were.
The beginning of the season when they were 50-1 odds?
I was in Dallas.
Because you were in Dallas. You were having all the feels.
Maybe that's why, but I don't know. I don't
What was your
see
reasoning
Arizona.
behind it? I live in Dallas.
No. That wasn't why. That wasn't why. You know what? Anyway, the other Texas team, Dusty Baker is retiring. Actually, he probably just announced it. They had a press conference at 11.
Yeah, it was
Houston.
circulating yesterday a little bit, right?
Was, yeah, but he was going to publicly address it.
Right.
After 26 seasons.
I love Dusty, but I'm
out.
pretty sure that the Astros were like, hey, man, do you want to retire? Because we need to make some changes, you know? So they winked at him a little bit, you know, like, hey, Dusty, we think you should retire. So, but I think it's good. I heard a lot of people weren't, you know, he came in and he cleaned up a mess after the 17 World Series and all that stuff. So he's super professional, like you said. The ultimate pro, was in the game of baseball for 50 plus years or something like that between playing and coaching. So one of the legends, Dusty Baker. I never got a chance to play for him or anything like that, but I had some guys that did play for him, obviously Bregman and stuff. And so people love him. Obviously, he's a great manager and legendary Hall of Famer. But yeah. New era in Houston. I'm anxious to see who they hire. That'll be interesting because obviously they're a contender and they got to make the right choice there, but it'll be interesting.
We got some time. As some people are leaving, others are coming in. We saw a rookie make his debut last night. Victor Wembanyama.
Wemby.
Dude, the graphics that ESPN kept putting up, they had a countdown for when his debut would happen and stuff. Like, is this kid really like...
Why are you so shocked?
No. I've never seen, in my lifetime at least, like the attention that he's getting.
Okay. And if
So,
the
I mean,
reason
it must
that
be serious. I
that exact
understand.
statement is every analyst, and again, I haven't seen anything like it, but I haven't watched as much basketball as analysts do. You know, they do it for a living.
Yeah.
They are saying the same thing as you. The same way you've never seen graphics like this and attention like this, they've never seen a basketball player like this. So he is 7'5", and there was a video on TikTok the other day. He is the most flexible, like he's like a real life Gumby. He's like it's wild. So just watching some of the things that he did on the court last night, he was in and out with foul trouble, so that really sucked and hindered his performance.
But he had 15 points. 9 of those came in the fourth quarter.
Oh, dude, he went on a little
rebounds.
run. He went on a little run in the fourth, and it was fun to watch. And that's what I'm saying is like the foul trouble kind of like ruined his momentum a little bit in the first half. He had to sit down, start. He wasn't in his normal rotation, so you kind of saw a glimpse of it at the end. But even then, he was not even playing as aggressive because he had those 5 fouls at the end, you know. So again, I think once he gets into his rhythm, he figures out the NBA. But what I told Jonah, what I was a little nervous about was, you know, preseason is preseason, and these boys aren't playing as hard, you know. In the summer league, the guys aren't even playing, and it was like all of a sudden the lights come on and the big boys are playing, and he had 5 fouls, and all of a sudden, you know, it's like, oh shit, this is the big boy league now, and it's like the little things that I was taking for granted or when they weren't going hard are a lot different now, and I think there will be a little bit of an adjustment for him, you know, in that sense of game speed, realism, that kind of stuff. But I think he's that good of a player that we'll see it happen pretty quick. Yeah.
Popovich was speaking so highly of him last night about how mature and professional and respectful. Like,
he actually didn't say much about him. He was just like, he's good. He doesn't need my advice.
Well,
like,
Well, because they asked him at halftime, like what. Obviously, he's struggling with foul trouble. Like, what is he? And his response was like, he's fine. He knows what he needs to do.
It was the beginning of the fourth. That's what it was. They were like, Pop, you know, he's been in foul trouble. What advice would you give him in crunch time? You know, and he's like, nothing.
Yeah,
he's like, he doesn't need it.
He knows.
He's good. He knows everything. They were like, all right.
But I mean, they even interviewed him during the game, and he was just like, this kid is so mature, and he's going to be really good.
I want to set a goal out into the atmosphere for you as a sports reporter that one day you get to interview Greg Popovich, because he is Like even the way you saw him with the reporter, like he is just so funny. Like the way he's just like, nope, cool, and walks away. Like he's a dick sometimes. He's funny.
For me, that's terrifying.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to see your reaction and how you'd react to Pop.
Nick Saban probably would be like, oh God, like that would be tough.
I would love to see it.
I could do it
one day. I know you could do it. I'm just saying.
Ooh.
I would love to see it.
So this is a bold thought here, but in 15, 20 years, do we add this third name to the conversation between Mike, LeBron, Wemby?
That was my first thought of like, is this the next guy that's going to be in the GOAT conversation, GOAT argument?
I'm going to throw something in there that's crazy. Maybe not, but I think this gets overlooked so much. I think Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be in there before Wemby is. I think we'll be talking about him as the GOAT before Wemby. I think Giannis wins 5 championships, and I think he plays longer than LeBron. I don't know. These are just my things, right? These are just my thoughts. That dude, the way he moves, how athletic he is, how gifted he is, how aware he is of who he is, how present he is. I think he's going to play 25 years, and we're going to be like, holy shit, we totally underestimated him during his, like, right now. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thoughts. So but to answer your question, I do think in 20 years we will be talking about Wemby as well. But I think in the next 5 to 8 years, Giannis's name comes in there. Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad take.
I
think he is overlooked a little bit.
I think he is a little bit. But I think this year with Dame and stuff, I think they're going to have like a weirdly good year, and it's going to be like, we have to start talking about him like this, you know, type stuff.
Huh.
I think obviously he needs to win another championship or two and like go to the finals and be up there and do that stuff. And his playoff numbers have to be better, but he's got time.
So you think right now Giannis is a GOAT caliber player, but what attributes does he need to add? What statistics and accolades does he need to add to like solidify himself in that conversation?
I also think he needs to develop a little bit more of a jumper off the dribble and to create his own offense in a different way that's a little bit more like that LeBron and MJ can do, and what I think Wemby has the potential to do. You saw him in those glimpses last night, and Giannis can do it, but Giannis does it more with physical agility and that kind of stuff versus like skill touch. You know, his shot is a little like rigid. So I think if he develops that physically, I think that's the first thing. But I think he's got to go to the playoffs and be known as a great playoff performer in order to do that. I don't think it's necessarily about how many rings he actually gets. I think that's what puts him over the top. But I think if he goes deep into the playoffs for the next 10 years, 12 years, and he's got, you know, game-winning shots, he's performs in clutch time and his numbers look good, then I think he's one of the greatest ever. Yeah.
Clip that. Clip it and save it for later.
Save it for 5 years.
So like 5 years down the road, we can be like, Anthony freaking called this. Like Anthony said.
I don't think it's a crazy take though. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so
like,
either.
It's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like I think a lot of people would argue that he might be the best player in the game right now already. You know, like.
But you were ahead of the curve, ahead of the trend.
I don't think we look at it as him as an all-time great yet. I think we look at it as him. Wow, we have a great talent in front of us. But I think for some reason with the Bucks and you know what I'm saying, like we just don't associate him as like a greatest of all time. But.
How important is it that he stays with the Bucks for his whole career?
I don't think that matters.
You don't think it matters?
I don't think that matters. And I think if he goes to a bigger city that has a winning tradition, it might help his legacy, kind of the way that LeBron did. Like he went to Miami, they have a winning legacy there. He won there, you know, so it just kind of embodies that winning brand. Like for a player to brand themselves, right? You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron has now branded himself as a great performer in the playoffs and that kind of stuff and a champion and things like that. So you go to a winning city and you win a championship there. I don't know. So I don't think it hurts her that much.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that. But I do analysis.
But I do like that he wants to stay in Milwaukee. I like that about him. Like it's rare that you see a superstar, you know, like I don't want to say it's rare, but
more often than not you see them,
And like they were saying on SportsCenter yesterday that it is like almost like a perfect marriage, the Bucks and him, because he wants to stay, and they really have done a great job of putting great pieces around him. Yeah. And obviously with this Dame Lillard thing, they're like, yo, we're gonna do this for you, so we want you to stay. And so it was like we made the move for Dame, one of the best players in the NBA. You sign your contract right days after that. Let's go win this thing.
I always respect that kind of commitment from like a player like that.
Yep. But
I think that speaks a lot to
Boston is my futures this year. They're gonna win the championship.
Celtics?
Celtics.
Why the hesitation there?
Because I just went off on the Bucks, maybe.
I don't know. I just didn't expect you to take. I don't know. I don't know.
Celtics. I am going to place a future on the Celtics. I
Okay.
am 100%.
Okay. Clip that one too.
Well,
I love the combination of Drew Holiday, Kristaps, like just the whole Tatum that's already been there. Like
Yeah.
I think they have a squad.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And this is why. And I think, and again, I said it yesterday, and it's not. I mean, he had a great preseason, so it's not this. And he had a career highs in points and rebounds last year. But his thing for Kristaps Porzingis has always been health. So he's with the Boston Celtics now, who the city of Boston, first and foremost, has like a great medical, is well known for that kind of Harvard Medical's there. You know, there's just a lot of research and advanced stuff there. Like when I was with the Red Sox, they were 10, 15 years above every team in the medical field in the way that they were assessing their players, the things they were implementing, that kind of stuff. I know the Celtics are the same way because they share the team doctor. So, and the same leaders of the medical team and stuff like that. So my thought was, damn, Kristaps Porzingis, a guy that struggled with injuries, is going to go to Boston. They're going to figure out a program for him that's going to allow him to play and be most efficient in their offense, and he's a great defender. So I'm like, I think that might be a piece that they needed.
He's going to Boston, getting those benefits after coming off his best season statistically.
Correct.
So
yeah, and then they add Drew Holiday. You know, I don't know. I like their squad. Their chemistry has always been good. Their coach is obviously one of the best in the league. I don't know. They got the right mix. Sorry, I've been talking a lot today.
Please.
I had pre-workout this morning.
Go on. All right, let's give everybody our records. Last show, I didn't know where I was at. The boys found it. Thanks, guys. You want to go ahead and break this down?
Not really. No.
I know you don't, but
Not
we have
really.
to. We have to
you
got to
face the music.
Yeah.
I'm 34-48 overall. I lost $100 last week. That hurts. Or last picks that we made. I lost all 3 of my bets. I put $50 on the Phillies to win. They did not win. Unbelievable.
Every show.
Well, it's because
I think you tell
it's
someone
spam.
To call,
It's spam.
I know. I think you tell someone to call you
It's the
when
spam.
we're filming
it's just,
the show.
It's just
because
more.
every
I need the
single
silence.
time.
I just need the silence.
It's
more my
just silence
laptop.
your
I don't know.
phone,
Like,
whatever.
why would my laptop have to be on silent?
You wanted to distract everybody from you talking about losing
Oh
money.
yeah, that's right. All right, we're on Abby's record now, and she's.
I'm 11-19, but I'm up. What? Almost $350.
Yeah, $350.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm up $270.
Yeah.
Our parlays have hit. Our high end parlays have hit to save us of our overall win loss record. But that's smart betting. You know, you bet smaller on the crazy parlays, and that's part of it. Sometimes you hit those, and it allows you to give you a bankroll. What? Your jersey was sneaking. Jersey was sneaking up on you. I am 15-15 in the MLB playoffs, and that's with a 1 in 5 of my last 6 picks. So before that, I was doing really well. The World Series is going to save me. Let's do it. I don't know about that. I'm not crazy confident about that.
I don't know. Baseball has worn me out recently.
And basketball parlays scare the hell out of me. LeBron.
I mean, it's literally day 3 of the season. Right?
I know. I'm just saying. I mean, LeBron had 5 assists. So it's always one thing away. Always one notch.
Yeah, I've never bet on basketball, so this is going to be quite an interesting journey for me because the that's happened to you quite a few times where it's one number.
It happens too often. But today's a new day.
Yep.
And we have picks for today.
We do.
And this weekend.
I do want to say that I've been losing a lot, but I did hit one bet 2 days ago.
There you go.
Ranger
I went over
Suarez
3.
had over 3.5 strikeouts.
He did, and you had 5, so you killed it. Great job.
That hit.
Holding it down for us. Holding down some wins.
That's the only one that hit, but it hit. Okay. All right, so I have 2 parlays and then a straight bet. I have a Thursday night football parlay.
Nice.
Josh Allen to have over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Mike Evans to have a touchdown. And James Cook to have 50 or more rushing and receiving yards.
I like
So that's
this.
plus 365. Bucks rush defense is better than their pass game. So their pass defense. So I think Josh Allen obviously has more, or at least 2 through the air. Mike
go.
Evans.
I'm taking Josh Allen for passing touchdowns too as a
Yeah.
solo bet. The only reason I'm not taking Mike Evans is because it hit for me last weekend for a touchdown. So something tells me I'm not going to have enough luck for 2 weeks in a row. Just for me.
Yeah, don't take it.
I'm not gonna take it.
Okay.
That's all you.
Okay, good. And then James
I like.
Cook.
Look at this pick'em right here.
Yeah, I have.
This is just
pick 'em
straight
too.
money line, right?
I was like, yeah. I was like, I guess I need some Sunday bets, something to look forward to. So Miami, and they're all favorites or favored.
Ooh,
Favored.
okay.
Miami over the Patriots, Eagles over Commanders, Texans over Panthers, Chiefs over Broncos, and Jets over Giants. And that's the last one is the one that makes me a little nervous.
Jets over Giants.
No
Jets and
offense,
Giants
Mikey.
this weekend, Mikey.
Mikey's our Jets guy, loves the Jets. I told you, if the Jets lose to the Giants, your ass is grass on Monday. Just know that.
I'm taking the Giants. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, it would be a shame that we'd have the same record as the Saints.
Oh my! Can we stop with the Saints comments? I've already,
You twice as hard.
Wow.
but the thing is,
Wow, heat it up.
Fair.
I like it.
I wish you had a
I
mic
like
right
it. I like it.
I've had enough.
now.
Saints
Joe,
are
stop.
going
You're
to the
not
bowl.
helping our
The
case.
Poo Poo Bowl.
I said this at the beginning of the show. You're not helping our case. That pick'em is plus 494,
I
and
like
then
it.
I'm taking the Rangers run line. I know. He's like, you copied me. I can have the same bet as you.
Yeah, but you didn't have it until I put it on.
I didn't even see the doc
And you
before you.
followed my Phillies bet, and we lost twice when you followed it.
Oh my God!
We
won't
won
take it.
once.
I won't
but-
take it.
We won
That's fine.
once, but no, it's all right. You took it. You put it down. It's on the sheet.
It's minus 1.5.
So you gave away my pick, but go ahead. What?
There's one bet that I think everybody just needs to put the house on. It's Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown scorer. Mikey, how many games in a row?
16.
Is this 16?
He tied an NFL record. Yeah, he's tied the NFL record for consecutive games.
That oblique injury, man.
Did you see that before the season? So in week 1, remember we talked about this? We were like, if you started at 100 and rolled over his anytime touchdown since last year at that time, because it was like 12 or 13 at the time, whatever, when that post came out, it was like 87 grand at that time. Can you imagine? I mean, it's got to be at almost $1 million now with 3 or 4 more weeks. It's got to be, because I mean, if it was at 80,000 that week, the next week you would be at 16,000. It's probably like minus 210 sometimes, minus 170, minus 130. So I mean, once you get to if you get to 80, you're going to get to 150. Then 150 is going to be 300.
Don't quote me on this, but I believe it was somewhere in the ballpark of 480,000.
That sounds right. That's crazy. So if you started with $100 last year, and you just bet his anytime touchdown, and whatever you won, you just rolled it over, compound interest.
As of 2 days ago, it would be $167,445.87.
Over 167,000.
Wait, it can't be. If it was 80,000 for week 1 or 2, then it's got to be way more than that now.
Oh yeah.
That's
167,000.
That's after this weekend or this past weekend. That's still. I mean,
Regardless, that's a lot of money.
that's crazy.
I don't think they were saying they were rolling it over. I think they're saying if you bet $100 every week.
No, it's got to be rolled over. Because it gets to negative odds. So sometimes if you bet 100 and it's minus 210, you're only making $20 on that, $30. So it had to have been rolled over, but still.
Okay, but when does
that's
it
crazy.
stop? Because he now holds the record. So watch, I'm gonna put
I think he breaks the record.
$100 on the.
I think he breaks the record
No,
this
no,
weekend.
okay.
I think he tied it.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna put $100 on that, and it's not gonna hit.
All I know is I've taken him every weekend for an anytime touchdown.
All right, I'm putting $100 on it then.
I'm just saying. I'm taking it because, that stuff doesn't happen in sports. So when it's happening, I'm like, I'm in. You can look at it a bunch of different ways, but I'm not using it as one of my picks for this weekend. Tonight, I'm going Bucks -6 against the Sixers. I just feel like the Sixers have a lot of bad energy, a lot of bad juju with the
Maybe so.
James Harden
James
hating
Harden.
their owner. But who knows? Maybe they'll rally and Embiid and Maxey will have a good game. Who knows? But I think the Bucks come out with their new look team and they're at home. I feel like they're going to do some damage. I like them -6. That's the line, so I'm taking it for $25. The Suns are also a 6-point underdog. Booker and Bradley Beal are game time decisions. I even think without them too, they're beating the Lakers. The Lakers are just, I don't know. I don't like their team. I could be wrong. Everybody was hyping up the Lakers before the year, like analysts and stuff like that, saying they made a bunch of great moves and stuff like that. But watching them the other night, I just was not impressed. Anthony Davis just is not my favorite player, but
I'm not a fan of AD.
he'll probably dominate tonight because I'm taking the Suns, and he'll have like 41 and 13 or something like that, and they'll win. But I'm taking the Suns +6. I don't see them starting 0-2. I think they could win this game technically, and it's minus 106 for that. So I'm throwing $25 on it. Then I'm going to parlay it. I'm taking Suns alternate spread, so I'm going to add 3.5 points on that, and then I'm just going to take the Bucks money line. That's plus 111. I'm also going to throw $25 on that. Huh?
Why?
Just to play a little bit more safe. That gives the Suns 3.5 more points. Basically, they just can't lose by 10, and the Bucks don't have to win by 7. So it just gives me a little bit more cushion for the game. I don't think the Bucks lose their home opener with Damian Lillard. I don't see that happening. So that's kind of more my safe bet. Where hopefully that hits, but hopefully they all hit, because if the first 2 hit, then that means the parlay hits too. So I like that. And then I'm taking Texas's run line, like you said.
I'm not taking it anymore.
No. You're in it with me. We're in it together. We already decided.
No.
You're in it. You already decided. You're in.
No.
Give me your $10.
No, if it doesn't hit.
I already put it in the book.
Oh my.
You put it on the sheet.
Because I'm going to get blamed if
100%. 100%. It definitely would have hit. But now, if it doesn't, it's your fault. If it does, it was my idea. Deal?
That's not how that works.
I think it is. That's how.
Of course. Okay.
It works for me.
I hope I hit all my bets so I can come back and
Nathan
talk on
Eovaldi
Monday.
is hot right now, though. He's throwing well. The Rangers lost 3 at home, which makes me a little nervous, but
It's a new series.
Diamondbacks lost their first 2 on the road against Philly. I don't know. We'll see. I like it. Rangers are hot.
Damn.
Minus 1.5.
All right, we've been talking a lot of
Yeah, let's
betting.
go. Tell me
Now
what we're
switch
winning
over
in
to
college football, Joe.
Oh. We do this every time. We always forget.
I didn't
about
forget.
you. I'm sorry.
It's all
I
good.
forget about
It's
you.
Joe's the
every
one that's
week.
winning around here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all
I know.
good. It is a Thursday, so we're a day early, so I don't have our locks yet. We're gonna let them move.
That's right, it is
And then
Thursday,
We get them.
yeah.
We get them.
We'll get them up tomorrow.
Yeah, we get them
on
out
a-
Thursday night. But so we will get them on the graphic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Put them on the graphic. I need to know. I'm telling it this week.
Yeah, y'all be sure to check out the socials. Because we're doing this a day early, we'll make sure to have everything updated and on the grid tomorrow.
Maybe
on
I shouldn't
Insta.
tell you, though. I don't think I should, because you do better when I don't. When I take your bets, when I take your picks.
Yeah, you're the bad luck. He
Maybe
wanted to
I'm the
blame
bad
me.
luck.
Joe's stuff loses when he bets on it. I don't want to tell you.
You did.
Not with your stuff. No,
did.
I'm not taking that bet.
Whatever.
I'm taking that money and putting it on Christian McCaffrey touchdown.
Ooh. All right.
All right,
Anyway,
let's switch to breaks.
Yeah.
Collectibles. What we got
Collectibles.
going on?
Panini and Topps, the 2 big card manufacturers, they're in this crazy lawsuit. I think I talked to you about it.
Yeah, like a while ago.
Yeah, it's going to be a while, too. Paul Lesko tweeted out the timeline.
2026.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this lawsuit's going to be really drawn out. And so this guy, Paul Lesko, made a timeline of all the things that, are going to happen over the next 2 years for this lawsuit to happen, or to go to trial. Because obviously they might not go to trial, right? They might settle before. And that's a reason that it's kind of probably like this legally, all that stuff. It's rare that things go to trial, but this one might. But yeah, if it does go to trial, January 2026, and we were watching a video before we flipped on this thing, and there was somebody having a good take saying it could be a weird time for the sports card market, because both this lawsuit's going to allow, the reason that there's a lawsuit, both companies are going to be making cards right now for all the sports and stuff like that. And so, yeah, there's going to be new Topps products in basketball and football, but that means that the rookies, like Victor Wembanyama right now, is going to have so many rookie cards. He's going to have Topps cards. He's going to have Panini cards. There's going to be so many different products out there. So they were saying that these rookies may be oversaturated, and the print run of these cards may just be outrageous one day when we look up 5, 10, 15 years from now. So interesting time in the market, and we talk about this a lot. Make sure that you're buying numbered cards, parallels, inserts, more of the variations. The base stuff is what everybody's talking about. These base rookies, there's going to be billions of them printed. So especially with Victor Wembanyama being one of the most hyped prospects, right? There's going to be a ton of cards. Topps and Panini knows that. They're going to take advantage of that, and they're going to make money off of that. So make sure you're getting numbered cards, inserts, parallels, variations. Figure out what the market is enjoying and what they're paying for, and those will be the ones likely being the most valuable in the future. Remember when we talked about the taco cards?
Yes.
And-
yeah.
And people could get free tacos for life?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the base and
Yeah.
okay.
So basically what it was there
It was Corbin Carroll.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
it
sorry.
hasn't happened
I
yet.
read. Oh, wait. Okay,
It hasn't
go ahead.
happened yet.
Okay.
So when that news came out, it was it was just starting the postseason, right? So they basically said, if you have an out of 5 card of the person who steals the first base in the World Series, you get $15,000 or free Taco Bell for life. So people were trying to speculate on who was going to be,
who
right?
it would be.
And at the time, the Braves were playing the best, and they had the best record. Ronald Acuna stole 70-something bases this year, so everybody was like, obviously Acuna is going to be the favorite. So his market went absolutely crazy, and somebody paid like $7,000 for a card. That card is now worth it sold for like $3,000 or something like that, according to Slab. So I got to look at the exact numbers. But the Corbin Carroll market, if you were on the opposite side, his card sold for $1,375, and last night sold for $5,000. So you literally could have bought that card for $1,300 in August, and you could have sold. They graded it at a PSA 9, so technically it's graded, but usually a PSA 9 and raws sell around the same price. So, I mean, even if you want to add $1,500 onto that, or make it $1,500 instead of $1,300, you could have bought a PSA 9 for $1,500, and today it's worth $5,000 because people think he's going to be the first guy to steal a base in the World Series.
Okay, so if he is the first, I mean, that's literally sports betting.
Yeah,
like
it's
you're
gambling.
literally betting,
You're
just
gambling.
in a different.
It's literally
Okay,
gambling.
so if he does, the person that has that card, they're just gonna get
You can
free
redeem
Taco
it.
Bell for life.
Yeah, so you can redeem it for a $15,000 gift card of Taco
wait,
Bell.
yeah, but that's it, right? Like you don't actually get paid.
No.
So you
I
essentially.
think there was a stipulation. I got to look at the actual fine print. You might get like a $10,000. Like the amount might be lower, but you could get a Visa gift card. Or
Okay,
something like
that would make more sense because if this person just paid $5,000 for this card and they win, they're just gonna.
Maybe they're just a Taco Bell lover. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's a Taco
paid
Bell enthusiast.
$5,000 for a lifetime of Taco
Yeah.
Bell.
Exactly. They're gonna sell. They're gonna find a way. Maybe they're gonna sell the gift card to somebody and liquidate it and say, hey, look, why don't you give me $12,000? Here's a $15,000 gift card, and then they still make $12,000 on their $5,000 card. And then sells. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I wouldn't have made the move, but I mean,
You're not a Taco
people
Bell fan?
really
I've had
like
Taco Bell once
Bell, right?
in my life, yeah. People were roasting me in my comments, by the way, when Topps released this. And I went in the comments and I was like, this is awesome for the hobby and stuff. People went at my throat because they were like, Taco Bell causes cancer. This is all
God.
capitalism. And I'm like, are you
Settle down.
kidding me?
I'm just trying to get a Mexican
Settle-
pizza.
I'm like, let people do what they want. If we're going to talk about what causes cancer
We
in the
could-
world,
yeah.
God bless that list is going to, if we're going to
Yeah.
have that conversation, the air that we breathe every day, we're all dying, we're all going to have cancer.
We're dying anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Don't give me that excuse. I'm like, this is better for the hobby. Maybe this person was a huge Taco Bell fan and actually bought a $5,000 card because they want to try to win the Taco Bell.
Hey, to each
Good
their
for the
own.
hobby.
Not knocking anybody. Yeah, it is good for the hobby. So
Yeah. It's good for the hobby too,
WNBA.
because imagine if you're just sitting on it, you happen to rip a case of that stuff, and you had an out of 5 card, and then you forget about it, and then you're like, oh wait, we have a couple of those, and then somebody randomly steals a bag, and you're like, holy shit, that's cool.
how much pre-workout did you take this morning?
Not enough, honestly. I think I
He's
need some
been
more.
going.
I think I
love
need some
it.
more. I think it was
I
because
love it.
I had the pre-workout at 5:30, so 6 o'clock. So I think this is what's taking me over the top.
You have that every day.
Yeah, but it's the pre-workout with this.
Yeah. that'll
Gives
do
it all. Anyway, last thing. I think this is pretty cool because Origins is one of my favorite products, and we talk about women's sports evolving, that kind of stuff, right? And the sports card market evolving with it. They released a really cool product called Origins this week for WNBA, and the cards look absolutely beautiful. So the reason I say that's important is because these cards are now becoming a little bit more valuable. The product is a little bit more expensive, which means that Topps is paying these girls more for their signature, which I think is really cool. So again, we talk about women evolving in sports and that kind of stuff, and now their marketability and their off-court earnings are, hopefully going to catch up and be similar to the way that men are paid, and the demand is going to be there for their cards. So that's kind of cool. And especially, shout out to Panini and Topps for doing a good job of evolving the product and that kind of stuff, and allowing the women to have that opportunity, So
As they should. Love
Yep.
to see it.
Love it.
Loved it. I don't think that's slowing down anytime soon either.
no, I think it's only going to continue, especially with a lot of these college girls getting a lot of love and taking this next step to be professionals and stuff like that. So I know I want an Angel Reese.
I was
card,
going to
like-
say, I know we're right here,
Yeah.
and maybe we're a little biased because we're around it all the time, but you cannot name another. Give me a male college basketball player that is on the same level as Angel Reese? Okay.
Now, you know
Not
what's
quite.
crazy? You want to know something crazy? I was thinking about this the other day. I think dudes lose a little bit of attention when they go and pick a college. So like right now, I'm seeing so much stuff about this high schooler that's this 7-foot dude from Maine, this white boy that's got like crazy handles and stuff, and he dunks and like crazy stuff at 7 foot. And just because he's going on his college recruiting circuit right now, he's getting all this attention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like when you pick a school, now you're just in that fan base, and people are just like, all right, cool,
Well,
he's
yeah,
at
the
Duke.
excitement's
You know,
gone,
like, exactly.
and you're now like stuck,
Yeah.
not stuck, but like you have a fan
Yeah.
base.
I know more high school men's basketball players than I do college basketball players. So it's like that's an interesting thing to me is like the girls get to college and they get well known, and it's like the high school kids are on the circuit. At least again, this is my social media and my algorithm and that kind of stuff. So that was an interesting thing for me to
And
see.
you know what? I will say this: guys are at a disadvantage because that market is so saturated. They're, like we've always given them
Yep.
all these kind of opportunities in the media shoots and the personality and the one-on-one sit-downs and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Females are just starting to do that. So yeah, everybody's in on it because it's new, it's exciting. You're finally getting to see a different side of female athletes.
Yeah.
Like I think that's why. So guys are at a little bit, y'all are old news.
But
Old
also,
news.
I mean, if we're going to call a spade too, I'm going to be honest. I'd rather see Angel Reese on a Sports Illustrated cover, you know, and
Yeah.
doing stuff that she's doing, like glorifying her body and using her body in the right way, you know what I'm saying? Rather than some high school kid that I'm like, I don't even know this kid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, so I think the attention and the branding of a woman could potentially be more than a male too, you know? So it's an interesting world where you're like, oh shit, why have we been paying these men to do this stuff when we're going to get way more eyes because of the female, and she's a badass athlete and not afraid
Power.
to share, you know what I'm saying? Like different things. And then you look at like what Floget's doing, like with the rap and the, you know, blending hip hop and all kinds of culture and things like that. You're like, damn, this is really interesting to see. And I don't know, it's exciting times and stuff like that for that type of market. So
Love to see it. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
yeah, the pre-workout's kicking today, guys. We had a great conversation. This was awesome.
This was a long show.
It was a long show. I'm sorry about that. That was probably on me, but I think we had a great time,
it was
and
good.
you know, we're excited to be here. So thank you guys for being here. Like, share, comment. We will be back Monday morning.
Yep.
Right, recapping the weekend, that kind
We'll
of
get
stuff.
some graphics out tomorrow to make sure that y'all
Oh yeah, for the picks for the college
updated since we're
football
not
and that kind of
doing
stuff.
a live show. Yeah.
Yep. And we got some good collectibles, some deliverables here. I'm excited. Let's
gonna flip the
go.
camera
So if you
down?
guys are in Baton Rouge this weekend, make sure you guys come out check out the new stuff that we got. See you guys Monday.